This side.
All right, guys, I will again ask the print and radio guys to just make sure that your recording device is in position because we are starting with the third press conference of the day. And the final one, yes. All right, if everything is in place, we can kick off with the final press conference of the day. Thank you very much again, and welcome again to the Premier Soccer League headquarters. We are now joined by the Kaizer Chiefs captain, Itumeleng Kune. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome. Itu, if we can just get into it, just your thoughts heading into the match and how the preparations have gone and just the mood in the camp.
Yeah, good day everyone. Yeah, preparations have been going very well and we just finished training now. But our final preparations are tomorrow. We're going to train at the main venue, Moses Mabhida. Hopefully it's in good playing condition. But yeah, we're leaving tomorrow for Durban and we're looking forward at hosting SuperSport United, which is a very tough team to beat. But this season, we come back with fresh minds and a good plan on how to start winning games and winning trophies. But it's going to be a tough one, but we're ready for it.
All right, without wasting any further time, members of the media, this will now be your opportunity. Just by a show of hands, I'll take the first question. Velile, I think, wants to have a go.
Thanks. Itu, you talk about different approach. What is different this season from what has been happening in the last 2 seasons? And I know sometimes this sounds like a cliche, but the pressure on the team, on the technical team, to deliver, especially with this trophy. You know, our people are obsessed with achieving, especially at a big club like Kaizer Chiefs. That's what we know in South African football, that people always expect big teams to deliver, especially because you're up against a very strong team that is fresh from winning a trophy. They are still involved in a Continental Cup competition as well. So anything can happen even in this opening game.
Yeah, we all aware of that SuperSport didn't have a break. They've been active. They've been competing in the CAF competition, and they just lifted a trophy. So their spirit is still very high. So we just came back from. We just completed our pre-season, and we played very well in our friendly matches against Pirates, 2 friendlies against Township Rollers from Botswana, which they came here for Maize Cup, and we had to travel to Botswana to play against them. And so far, we're happy with the preparations, how they've been going. We're happy even with the new players who are coming to add value. So this season's approach, we just need to be clinical in front of goals, because we've been playing very well as a team, but we've been giving silly goals away, we've been giving matches away. So this has to change, and that's what we've been emphasizing more on coming into the new season.
Okay, Mazola, and then we'll come this side.
Itu, just on your point about conceding a lot of goals, especially in critical phases where you either lost the game or dropped crucial points. You've signed I suppose you can count Pilani as a defender as well. If I count him, then one would say you've signed two defenders, if I'm not mistaken. Is that going to solve the problem? And obviously, Teenage is unknown in the country. Pilani hasn't necessarily, with all due respect, he hasn't scaled the heights that anyone would have expected him to. It was a bit of a surprise for him to sign for Kaizer Chiefs. Do you think, that, the business you've done, especially with on the defensive part of things, can help solve that problem, especially after the chairman made it clear that he would want to bring in, a couple of defenders to strengthen the back?
Yeah, it's always good to have 2 or 3 players competing for a position. And I think last season we were lacking in that department. I think most of us were too comfortable in our positions, knowing very well that we don't have much of competition. But for the club to go an extra mile and sign defenders, it puts everyone on their toes. And we know that when you get a chance to play, you have to perform so that you don't give away your position. So it's unfortunate that Teenage is in the country, he's with us, but he suffered a terrible ankle injury a week ago. We wish him speedy recovery. And he's a very good defender who listens, who's willing to learn. I played with him, Maize Cup and in Botswana, and he's a very good player, and he will add a lot of value in the team. Because remember, we're playing Godinho on the left, which is a right-footed player. So he's been struggling a lot, but as time went by, he has gained experience and confidence in playing in that position. So Teenage will bring a good competition to Godinho. And with Zulu naturally is a winger, but he can also play as a left back. So we've got 3 top defenders competing for that position, Tsepo, Sbu, and Zulu. So every player this season will have to step up and deliver.
Okay, Tsepo and then Minentle.
I thought you said me first.
No.
You did, but one, you did.
No.
Oh, you want to stay? It's fine.
It's okay. Okay, we all know what happened last season. Disastrous. For the coaches, let's speak about the coach. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be under a lot of pressure going into this season. A lot of people are going to expect results. Now, from the player's perspective, how are you then going to make sure that you protect the coach? Okay, Kalim Black Label, and then now the official one now, MTN8 against SuperSports. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but now in terms of protecting coach Steve Compella, what's the feeling from the players?
I think, to be quite honest, it's not only the coach who's under pressure, even us as players, because we are the ones who are playing on the field. Coach can only do so much, and he's a tactician when it comes to planning. He plans very well, he does everything according to plan, but it's only us who has to go on the field and execute the plan, which we've let him down in a couple of times. But for now, like I said, we just need to be clinical in front of goal, stop conceding silly goals, and stop giving away matches, and everything will just go back to normal. Yes, the past 2 seasons has been a terrible pill to swallow for most of us, like having played for Kaizer Chiefs for so long and having gone 2 seasons without winning any silver medal. It's a shame to us as players, but we are the ones who put ourselves through this situation, and we have to take ourselves out. It's not only the coach who's under pressure, but even us, we are under pressure to deliver on the field.
Minentle.
Thank you. Thank you. I forgot my question. Joking. Got you. Itu, just to pick up on very what you said fresh, new approach. Please, with honesty, you said it's different. Off the field of play. What's different there? Your communication with the coach, the trusting amongst the players, the communication with management, top management. Is it more open? Is it more honest? Can you tell us about the approach off the field that, you say it's very different which you're confident is going to make, things a success this season?
I can't give away much about what's happening indoors, but I can only share with you that players are energized than last season. We know when we were when we're closing, everyone's heads were down, and we felt like we all don't deserve to play for a club like Kaizer Chiefs. And now we all came back with a fresh mind, knowing very well what is expected. And in 2 days' time, we're playing a very tough match against a tough opposition. But we know SuperSport have beaten us in the penalty shootout last season. And I think we played 2 draws, if I'm not mistaken, in the league. So we can match them. But we just have to be on a whole different level when we go play against them, because they are hungry for success as much as we are, and we have to be on top of our game, and we have to be more hungrier on the day, because Moses Mabhida will be packed Kaizer Chiefs fans, and we cannot afford to let them down.
Okay, we'll move on. Khumuto.
Itu, let's go back a bit. You touched on the fact that it's a shame that you guys haven't won anything in 2 years, and you're one of the senior players. Let's talk about your role this season, slash captain, being one of the senior players, having been with Kaizer Chiefs for so long, seeing them not doing well for 2 seasons. What is your role, going to this season that you'll be playing as a senior player?
Now, my role is to lead the team, and my role is to perform more than any other player on the field, and the rest will follow suit. And I've got a team of 6 committee members, which we work hand in hand, and we help one another. Being a captain, I'm just wearing the armband, but there's a lot that has to be done behind closed doors. But I've got a very good team of senior players: Tsepo, Rama, Katsande, Parker, and Shaba, which is my head. And we always communicate at all times on what to do and what not to do. But during pre-season, we had our own meetings as players, and we planned, come December break, where do we see ourselves? So we were helping one another on doing that, and we will help the rest of the team on achieving our goal.
Okay. Sponseni.
Kune, of the players that you've just counted that they are in the committee that you have, those are players that we know what they can do. They've done it for a long time. At Bafana in 2010, they were there. We know what they can do. But we haven't seen young players coming through at Chiefs showing what they can do, that they are ready to take over from you guys. And also, if you can talk to us on the effect of the Lebese issue, if it's affecting the team at all.
Yeah, no. With the senior players that I've just mentioned, I think they've played at the highest level. I mean, even Katsande now is a Zimbabwean captain. He has just played AFCON in January. And you've got Tsepo, who's played in Spain. You've got Parker, who's played in Holland. Shaba, we all know the story of Shaba. Myself, and Rama, the former captain of our former champions. So, I mean, those guys, they've done tremendously well for themselves and for the club. And talking about the youngsters, we more hard on them to say, even the coach always asks us a very simple question, that come tomorrow, all these guys in the committee have retired. Who is the next superstar? Who is the next Bafana captain? You guys have to step up to the plate. And that's what we always emphasize to them, that we're coming towards our end, the end of our era. So who's going to replace me? Who's going to replace Shaba? Who's going to replace Parker? So the guys are are working very hard at training, and even their behavior of the field, you can see they're willing to learn. Like you can see Pule now, he raised his hand. He wants to play week in, week out. And we told him, you've got a lot of potential, but you haven't showed it. And he's starting to step up to the plate now. And you've got the likes of Wiseman Mayua, who just played under 20 World Cup. And he's going to be a good replacement for Katsande when he does retire. So we've got great talent at the club, and even our development coaches are doing a great job in nurturing the talent that is in our youth.
Okay, we'll move on. If there are no fresh hands, I'll come back to Velile.
Yeah, Ito, you are mentioning a very important thing, the youth, and we see that you are bringing up the youth at Kaizer Chiefs now. You know yourself, Shin gave you a debut at a very young age. I think the chairman, in the last few interviews he's done with us, especially in May and July, he was very clear that sometimes it appears that our coaches are reluctant to give young talent the chance. You know, you are a goalkeeper, so you're different to on-field players. If you are played, you have to play 90 minutes, you know. But maybe with youngsters, last 10 minutes, last 20 minutes, do you think generally, not necessarily at your club, is this one of the problems we've got? Because we see youth talent in the country, we work around them, but maybe coaches are reluctant to give them a chance because they are concerned with results.
You're very right, sir. The coaches are worried about the results. They are worried about protecting their jobs. But at the same time, we at Kaizer Chiefs, there's a mixture of experience and youth. I'm going to talk about the club, not about other clubs or other coaches. But at Chiefs, I think our coach is fair to all the players. If you perform well at training, you deserve to be given an opportunity in a match. And a lot of players have done that. They have showed that. And even this past weekend when we went away to East London playing against Chippa, you saw how many subs he made. Our coach is a very brave coach who takes risks whenever it's necessary. So he has given everyone a chance to play during off-season matches so that everyone can be ready to compete in the PSL.
Okay. Moving along. If there are any takers for the last few questions. If not, that will be the end of the press conference and, of course, all the press conferences for the day. Thank you very much. We'll see you from tomorrow at Bidvest West Stadium. The season kicks off, so we'll see you this weekend at the matches. Thank you very much.
Where's the trophy? I wanted to take a selfie.